But I did want to share this story with you as we wrap up. I have enough time to share this. Sanhedrin 32b. It says, where there are two camels who were ascending the ascent of Beit Horon, and where there was a narrow, steep path, and they encounter each other. If both of them attempt to ascend, both of them fall. If they ascend one after the other, both of them ascend. How does one decide which one of them should go first? If one is laden and another is not laden, the needs of the one that is not laden should be overridden due to the needs of the one that is laden. So this is wisdom from the Talmud. The rabbis tell you a parable about two camels going down a very steep incline path up the mountain. I mean, it's narrow enough for one camel. And you know, after a while going up, they get tired, so they stand to the side of the road and rest. So how do you do this? If neither one of them tries to cooperate, they will both end up downhill. They have to work together. One of them has to let the other one pass and go first, because they cannot go parallel. The road is too narrow. Somebody is going to fall. So how do you know? The rabbis give us an answer. The one that is laden with a heavier burden is the one who should be allowed to go first. Now I want you to transform this parable, not to camels, but to humans, because it's not about camels really. It's really about people. In relationships, some of us are laden. Some of us are, well, most of us would say we're all laden, right? But some of us carry big burdens. Some of us carry smaller burdens. Some of us are better at carrying burdens, and some of us are not as adept. And so you have people in relationships, they are like camels. They are trying to achieve the same goal. They're going for the same top of the mountain. But how do you get there when the road is narrow and you're not willing to let go? So both trying to get the same place. And the difference is that that's the impasse. This is where we meet each other in a relationship and we're not willing to allow the other one to pass. Both need love, both want love, and who should go first? The rabbis gave us the wisdom. They gave us a very simple principle. It is so rudimentary, it probably does not even need to be mentioned, but because it is told in a way of a parable, I think most of us intuitively understand that it's the only right way to go. So some of us are weaker, others are stronger. Some can endure more, others cannot endure much at all. We're different. Not one of us are the same. A selfish desire tells us that we always go first. It's human, it's natural. Me, I'm first. It's all about me. But selfless, sacrificial love allows others to go ahead of us, especially if we realize we actually want both to reach that goal. We can fight and both tumble down the mountain. We can push each other off of that mountain, or we can both reach that goal. But that means one has to let the other one go. This is where we have the impasse. This is human relationships. This is what we do all the time. And most of us that end up falling down the mountain, and I've been there, it's because we're not letting the other person pass. We're not willing to let them have whatever it is that they need to have just as much as we need to have it. But we can't get ourselves and they can't get us, and we actually need each other. We need cooperation, but we're choosing not to cooperate. In the end, we end up hurting both of us. One of them has to let the other one go. And this is where we come back to the same idea that we've talked about before, that love is a decision. It's not an emotion. It's not about whether I feel like it or I don't feel like it. I am going to make a willful decision to do this. Maybe it's for my own good. Maybe I'm served by pure pragmatism. Maybe it's something else. But I'm going to make a decision to do something that will allow both of us to reach that goal. Because we both want to be there, and we're competing on who's going to get there first. I don't know if you like that parable or not, but it teaches us a lesson. Love is a decision, and this is the hardest decision we have to make in life. Sometimes to step aside and let somebody else pass. That's a tough one.